marcher, musician. 31st year of playing guitar. I play guitar, banjo, mandolin. Do lessons, I teach. I do pro audio. Anything that's the entertainment, basically, entertainment field, you know.
Chris Vital, I've been playing for 35 plus years. Musician, sing. I play guitar is my main instrument, but I also play keyboards, bass, clarinet, drums, vocals.
You play clarinet?
I do.
I didn't know that.
See? You just learned something about me. Yeah.
Why are you bringing it? I want to see you play clarinet.
Sometimes I feel the fear of my uncertainty stinging clear, and I can't help but ask myself how much I let the fear take the wheel and steer. Driven me before seems to have a big haunting master appeal, but lately I'm beginning to find that I should be the one behind the wheel. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there with open arms and open eyes, yeah. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. I will be there. So if I decide to waver my chance to be one of the hive, will I choose water over wine and hold my own and drive? Oh, oh, oh. Choosing me before seems to be the way when everyone else gets around. But lately I'm beginning to find that when I drive myself, my life is found. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there with open arms and open eyes, yeah. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. I will be there. Would you choose water or wine? Hold the wheel and drive. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there with open arms and open eyes, yeah. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. I'll be there. Na 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 da da. Na 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 da da. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Both my mom and dad, singer-songwriter, guitar players, and grew up around bands when I was little. And you know, of course, you don't want to do what your parents want to do right away. But then I found Iron Maiden and metal, and then I was like, okay, now I want to play guitar. And so I went to them, and they started teaching me how to play. And went from there. I took formal lessons and got a formal education in music.
Both my older brothers are drummers, were drummers, and I started playing drums at first, very young, when I was 5. And I played my first couple of bands as a drummer. Then I just, I didn't really get, I think I got bored with it. I might have got a little bored with it, but I also got tired of carrying so much stuff around. Tried out guitar, and my brothers had a lot to do with kind of directing me towards what I should do, what I might be good at, better at, and they kind of felt like I had a real knack for guitar, so they just thought I should stick with that. So I picked up guitar at 10 years old and kind of never looked back.
31 years.
About 35, I think. I mean, my brothers are quite a bit. 11. One brother's 11 years older, one's 15 years older. So I was 5 years old. They were already playing in bands. They were getting ready for their gigs, and I would just come down as a little squirt and just be banging on the drums. And they just asked if I wanted to learn, and I said yeah. So I started playing. Before I could even reach the pedals, I was playing.
So you say they influenced you?
Oh, huge! Yeah.
Just drums or all the other instruments that you studied?
Well, my dad was a big music lover. He had an organ in the house. He wanted me to take organ lessons, and I did for a little while, but I didn't really like it. This was back in the 70s, where it was like the 2 organs with the pedals, and I didn't really like it. But I did take lessons for a little while, got an understanding of it, and then when I got to middle school, I had a teacher that really took an interest in me and taught me piano. So I learned piano. But I did take lessons on clarinet, like in the 5th grade, just because they were offering lessons. And I started with clarinet and kind of stuck with that all the way through school as like my in-school instrument. Until I got to high school, where you could play in the jazz band. So I had already been playing drums. I played drums in orchestra, guitar in jazz band, and clarinet in concert band and marching band. Band geek.
Awesome. I still want to hear the clarinet thing. I play guitar, banjo, mandolin, ukulele, and pretty soon I'm going to start working on some cello. Yeah, that's my next venture. First was guitar when I was 14, and then just kept going from there. And then basically, actually I went from playing like electric guitar and metal, and then I found classical music through metal because they're so melodic and similar. And so then I started getting into classical music, classical guitar, and then just looking through different styles of music, you know, bluegrass, banjo, ukulele, just came kind of simple and easy to me. And banjo was more like my dad played banjo, so, you know, that was kind of inspiring.
Way to make them smile. It ain't so hard to do if you know how. Got your message, get it on through. Oh, now my walk on you has a while. Oh, listen to the music. Oh, listen to the music. Oh, listen to the music. Listen for the happy sound and the got to let them fly. Whoa, listen to the music. Whoa, listen to the music. Whoa, all the time.
To play, all right, so to play like different kinds of music and different instruments, I have to say Jimmy Page. You know, Jimmy Page was a very versatile guitar player, which is primarily what I was. So probably Jimmy Page, but I mean, basically we could just say 60s and 70s and cover it. You know, wasn't much for the 80s. I like metal in the 80s. That's just was my personal taste. That's all. You know. I grew up in a rough neighborhood, and I can definitely say that music kept me out of trouble. So I honestly don't know, and I don't want to know.
I'd have to agree with that. Like, who knows?
Yeah, it wouldn't be good though. I bet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree with that.
It's
too.
a tough city,
It
man.
wouldn't be good.
Yeah, I teach at TJ's. I've got about 25 students, and I teach, you know, banjo, ukulele, mandolin, and guitar. Mostly guitar, but I mean, I have all different kinds of students, all different ages. You know, some people retire and they have time. You know, I have mostly kids, you know, but I do have some teenagers, I do have some adults. And it doesn't matter how old you are, you can always start playing an instrument. Everyone's like, kids are sponges and they are for certain things, but when it comes to playing an instrument, everybody's equal because you get what you put, whatever you put into it is what you get out of it. So if you don't put the time in, and I don't care how young you are, it's not going to work out for you. So.
I never really taught as much as Tim has. Although I did teach at TJ's, I did the live music program there for about 2.5 years.
Kids program, yep.
That was a lot of fun. And I'll teach privately if someone will ask me. I just never had the opportunity to teach at a music store per se. I am kind of like the on-call guy at TJ's. I'll fill in for.
He fills in for me.
I fill in for him. He can't make it. I'll fill in to teach on guitar. I'll fill in to teach on keyboards. Once in a while, I get a call doing that.
Down around the corner, half a mile from here, see that long train road, and you watch them disappear without love. Where would you be now? Without love. No, I saw Miss Lucy down along the tracks. Lost her home and her family, and she won't be coming back without love. Where would you be now, 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 now? Without love. For the pin on the century and the sound of century freight, you got to keep on pushing, mama. You know we're running late without love. Love, where would you be right now? and the sun doesn't set you free. You got to keep on pushing, mama. No, we're running late without love. Where would you be now, 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 now? Without love. The piston keep on turning, and the wheels go round and round. Yeah, you see you raise that go down, and a mountain ain't go down without a love. Where would you be right now, now, now? Without love, ooh, where would you be now? Got to get that feeling, baby. Want you moving down? Got to move it down. Got to move it down. Baby, 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 baby. See the long train road. Without love. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Mitch. Why do I teach? There's some selfish reasons and there's some very unselfish reasons. The selfish reason right off the bat, I would say, because I'm constantly doing review, so it makes me a better player, you know? The unselfish reason, which is what drives me, to be honest with you, is I love passing on, you know, playing a real instrument, which is kind of fading from this world right now, it seems, or at least from this country anyway. See less and less people playing actual instruments. And if I can have any kind of influence on that and keep that moving, even if it's in my own community, then I'm on board for it. It makes me feel good.
Yeah, I can speak to almost the same thing
Yeah.
from when I taught the live music program perspective, that I felt so strongly about that not enough kids are coming up behind guys our age,
Yeah.
learning real instruments. Everybody's writing music on computers now.
Yeah.
And I love live music. I love to go see a live band. Like
Yeah.
live being in the same room as the band that's playing, not watching it on YouTube. And without kids coming up behind us learning how to play instruments, live music is headed for extinction.
Yeah.
And I felt very strongly about that. So I had passion for it.
Yeah. We're working on it.
Hope so.
And that's kind of what this open mic thing is all about as well. Is it's for people who, it's not just for professionals who just want to come hang with us and jam with us. It's also for people who want to kind of cut their teeth, so to speak. You know, they've been practicing for a while, but they've never actually played in front of a live audience. You know, and they really want to kind of get that out there. That even if they're nervous, but this is our way to kind of give it back to the community. And we want anybody at any level to show up and have fun with us. And you know, we'll accompany them if they want us to. We'll jam with them, or they can go up there on their own, whatever they got. You know.
I second that. I just hope to be earning a living playing music. That's all I wanted. That's all I ever want to do. It's all I really love.
Yeah.
And they always say, you know, if you do a job you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
Right.
I'm not getting rich doing this. I'm doing okay. And I'm happy just being okay.
I just want to keep doing what I'm doing, earning a living, like Chris said. I have a lot of original music that I'm working on an album with my younger brother, who will be here at some point. I want to just keep writing music and recording it in my studio and putting it out there for people to listen to, making videos, you know, making people laugh, making people, you know, think. You know, that's not big these days.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
So, yeah, no, it's like I don't listen to lyrics. Well, you should. You know, there's a story to be told. You know, and so yeah, I don't see. I mean, who knows where I'll be? Hopefully, somewhere, at least where I'm now. I mean, I'm doing great. We're both doing great. We love what we do. You know, no complaints here. You know, I took formal lessons, just kind of like I do with TJ's. The guy that I took lessons with was an GIT grad, which is the Guitar Institute of Technology in California. And he wanted to just teach me songs, and I was very like, no, I want to learn theory. I want to learn how this is done what makes this thing work, what makes it tick, and I got it out of them eventually. You know what I mean? And I took, spent a couple of years with them, and now I'm taking that information and that knowledge, and I've built upon it, of course, over the past 25 years or whatever it is, and now I'm teaching that to younger people. So I would love to have gone to school for music. I was offered a full boat at Berkeley, but fortunately the funds weren't there for everything else. They were going to pay for my education, but didn't work out. But you know what? It's the same education no matter where you get it. I have friends that went to Bridgewater and they graduated and they're phenomenal. So it doesn't matter where you get it. It doesn't make any difference. It's the same education,
What was the question? Did I go to music school? It's really loud in here. No, not for music. No, I never really had much conventional lessons either. Like I took conventional lessons on clarinet, kind of all the way through. Guitar, I kind of taught myself. Drums, my brothers kind of helped me out, left me on my own to figure out what I was doing. And then that one teacher I had in middle school helped me out with piano, but not where Tim and I kind of different from where we come from. Like I play a lot by ear. He knows all the theory and the training and stuff. And he'll try to explain something to me sometimes, and he'll be like, "Well, it's the harmonic third." I'm like, "I don't understand. Just play it." I don't get that.
You're bringing your clarinet next week.
I know. I'm gonna have to now. In hindsight, I wish I did study it because now I'm older and I don't really have the patience to learn stuff like that. It's like that'd be like to me studying theory now be taking like calculus. I don't know. I'm happy where I'm at with what I know. I is what I is. That's it.